Bear faced the little bear who couldn't find his roar. Meet Bruno. Deep inside a beautiful green forest lived a little bear named Bruno. Bruno was soft, playful, and very curious. He loved climbing trees, chasing butterflies, and rolling down grassy hills. But there was one thing Bruno couldn't do. He couldn't roar. Every time he tried, nothing happened. Bruno felt embarrassed. All the other bears can roar, he thought. Why can't I? Bareface. One morning, Bruno's father took him to a quiet meadow. Today, Papa Bear said, we're going to practice your roar. Bruno stood tall. He took a deep breath. He opened his mouth. A tiny squeak came out. A butterfly landed on his nose. Papa Bear smiled. Try again. Bruno tried harder. Squeak. The butterfly flew away. Bruno sighed. I'll never learn. That afternoon, dark clouds gathered above the forest. The wind began to blow. Leaves swirled through the air. Then, boom! Thunder shook the trees. The forest animals hurried home. Bruno ran toward his family's cave. But suddenly, he heard something. Help! Bruno stopped. It was a tiny voice coming from the forest. Someone was in trouble. Bruno followed the voice and discovered a tiny white bunny trapped between two fallen branches. Please help me, cried the bunny. Bruno tried pushing the branches. They wouldn't move. He pulled. He pushed. He tried again. Nothing. Then Bruno heard another loud boom. The bunny began to cry. I'm scared. Bruno was scared too. But he knew he couldn't leave the bunny alone. Bruno looked around. He spotted a large branch lying nearby. Maybe he could use it as a lever. He pushed the branch underneath the fallen tree. Come on, Bruno, he whispered. He pushed with all his strength. His paws trembled. His legs shook. And suddenly, crack! The branches moved. The bunny crawled free. You did it, the bunny shouted. Bruno smiled. But then another problem appeared. Bruno heard frightened voices coming from deeper inside the forest. A family of squirrels was stuck on the other side of a rushing stream. A little bird was trapped inside a bush. And several baby hedgehogs were hiding beneath a fallen tree. The storm was getting stronger. Bruno looked around. There were too many animals to help by himself. Then he remembered something his father always said. When you are brave, you don't have to do everything alone. Scene 7. Bruno climbed onto a rock. He took the biggest breath he could. He opened his mouth. He tried to roar. This time, a sound came out. It wasn't a huge roar. It wasn't frightening. But it was loud enough. The birds heard it. The squirrels heard it. The rabbits heard it. And Papa Bear heard it too. Bruno! Papa Bear called. We're coming! Papa Bear and the forest animals rushed to help. The bears moved the fallen branches. The birds guided the animals through the safest paths. The squirrels built a little bridge across the stream. The rabbits carried the baby hedgehogs to safety. And Bruno stayed beside everyone, guiding them through the storm. His little roar helped everyone find their way. Bruno saved us, cheered the animals. Bruno couldn't believe it. My roar? Papa Bear smiled. Your roar was exactly what the forest needed. After a while, the rain became softer. The wind stopped. The clouds slowly moved away. And a beautiful rainbow appeared above the forest. The animals gathered around Bruno. You were very brave, said the bunny. Bruno smiled. I was scared. Papa Bear placed a gentle paw on his shoulder. That's what makes your bravery special. Bruno finally understood. Being brave didn't mean feeling no fear. It meant helping others even when you were afraid. That evening, Bruno sat beside Papa Bear beneath the stars. Papa, he said, I think I finally found my roar. Papa Bear smiled. Let's hear it. Bruno stood proudly. He took a deep breath. He lifted his head. And this time, roar. The sound echoed through the peaceful forest. The animals cheered. Bruno laughed. His roar wasn't the biggest roar in the forest. It didn't need to be. It was his roar. And from that day on, Bruno never worried about being like the other bears. Because he had learned something much more important. Red Heart, you don't have to be fearless to be brave. You just have to believe in yourself and take the first step.